Hi, it's Amy Farrow. Wait, turn off the telly or turn it down, anywho. I am not doing too well. At the beginning of the year, I was sick. Actually, the 31st, I got sick, and I was like, "Oh fuck," because it was after being having been, oh my god, choking, having been to Kroger, and they don't clean. Okay, I don't care what they say, they don't clean. And I felt so sick, and I was like, "That's it. It's Kroger." So I fed the dogs, went to bed, and didn't wake up until the evening. Still nauseous. Like I only wanted chicken noodle soup. Period. And I've kind of been sick for many years, and I'm thinking this maybe. I hate to say it, but I think the house is making me sick, and I probably need to pay a fortune to have it professionally cleaned. Um, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to afford that because I know it's thousands of dollars, and the likelihood of my insurance company covering that is nil. So, um, but I've been really worried. My mom has COVID, and she had fallen 2 days in a row, and she's not eating, she's not drinking. I mean, you might as well just hand her death sentence. And I'm just thinking, why? Because I know at Signature, when Sarah was dehydrated, I mean, they put her on, an IV. And I don't know why they don't do that for my mother. And I don't know why it's so hard not to keep an eye on her from falling. I mean, I don't know. I mean, most of the people there, I've been there many times, since forever ago, but um, most people are pretty complacent and just sit there. Okay. So, mom's at high risk to stand up and fall, so why wouldn't you just keep half an eye on her? So, I mean, I'm really kind of surprised that St. Anne's is so negligent in some ways. Allegedly. I gotta put the, because it just seems like I mean, I know that it happens because I worked in a group home and I've had clients fall, but then after they fell once, they had to wear helmets. So, I mean, maybe we were overcompensating, but at least they didn't, if they fell again, they didn't hit their head. I just remember one client in particular, she didn't want to go to her work that day. And I watched her out of the corner of my eye. I was at the desk working, and I watched her slowly, gently lower herself to the ground. And then when she got on the ground, she's like, "Amy, I fell. I'm having a seizure." It's just like, okay. I mean, and I think that in fact we took you know, mental health day. She took the day off because I understand that. I mean, sometimes you're not sick, but you definitely need to stay home. So, anywho, and I totally missed talking to Sarah today because I slept all day. Literally slept until 10 p.m. And I meant to get up. And so it's like, as you see, I slept right through my alarm, did not hear it. And I had my phone right beside my bed. So I have a little concern because I take a strong medication, but not as strong as I used to. I used to take Percocets. And I always woke up late, like noon. That was inevitable. But I had stayed up until like 2 in the morning. So it made sense. But now I'm on a lower medication, and I can sleep I could sleep for 24 hours. I mean, really. I mean, I don't know. One day I might not wake up. I mean, I seriously just sleep deep. And I have these intricate, dreams that are both scary and awful and wonderful and great. So I don't know. I'm just confused, about what's going on for my life because I have been exercising, and I do it all throughout the time I'm awake. I do like leg lifts, butt lifts. I do boxing, and I do stuff throughout the day, and it just doesn't seem to be. I mean, I know my muscles are strong. I mean, the examples when I was heading down the driveway and I wasn't even to the sidewalk yet, and I fell, but had the strength to throw myself to the side on the hill that is my front yard. So, I mean, I know that was good. But anywho, what am I saying? I guess I hate to ask for prayers because, everybody's suffering. I'm praying for people right and left, okay? And so I hope that some of these prayers come to me because my life right now is not good, you know? And I know that in order for Sarah to rise up, I have to rise up. We've always been connected that way. When one of us goes down, the other goes down. It's inevitable. I mean, I'm sorry, it's just our type of twin. And so, and I've always fought hard, fought hard, and made it, because Sarah could be very cruel and mean. Okay, not to say that I couldn't either. We were oftentimes very mean to each other. And um, it was extra hard for me because, like, especially, I don't want to go to the past, but I've always had to be strong, and I was always the one who kept this house together, and then I quit, and it never came back. And I'm gone. Where's that girl who would have done anything to keep the house clean? You know what I mean? I mean, our house was so clean, people used to make fun of us. I mean, it wasn't like pristine. We're people who leave stuff around. And dogs, we've always had dogs. But like one time a girl made fun of us by wiping the floor in the kitchen with a white napkin, and it came up clean. I mean, but we were having a party. So of course we had cleaned really well before, but I mean, it was just always like if someone came over, it would be okay. But now I'm like, my friend Sean, his house was always a wreck. I am where he was when he lived on Hoagland. I mean, my house is a dump like his was. And no offense to you, Sean, though I know you don't give a shit. The only thing that is different is he smoked in the house. We all smoked in his house. But this is filthy. But his house, I don't know. I mean, comparisons and all that aside, I think I've reached the level of depression where he was at. And that is not a good level. It's not a good level at all. And I never would have believed that I would be so depressed that I couldn't. I mean, I might be in my bedroom for 8 hours crying and sleeping and crying. And then I get up and be like, yeah, I can do it. That's just how I was. And now it's like I get up and I sit. And it's hard for me to do dishes. It's hard for me to cook. I have some cabbage soup I made. It's delicious, but it was like so hard for me to get there to cook it. So I'm in a real strange place. I'm kind of like I need to take hold. So I need some prayers. If anybody can, spread some my way, I'd really appreciate it. I'm getting so fat. It's like my face has never been this fat. I mean, it is like big fat girl. And I bought hair color, but look, I haven't done it. I mean, I'm filthy, by the way. I need to take a bath, but I'm just like, that's another thing. I used to love to take a bath, take a shower. And now I'm just like, oh, sounds like too much work. It's crazy. I have no clean clothes. I mean, I have tons of clothes, but most of them I'm not going to wear. Thanks, Craig. But no, Craig gave me a lot of clothes, but he gave me a little too much. And so now I'm just going to gather them up and take them to the group home, the nursing home, and see if, people need them. Because I know I'm not going to wear a lot of them. And I have 10 million pairs of blue jeans that are now too big for me, thank God, because I'm fat, but I'm not as fat as I used to be. But I'm fat. But anywho, all right. That's all. And I really wish everyone a happy new year. And I hope that this vaccine really helps us all survive this horrible pandemic, the world. I hope we all survive. And I'm so sorry. And my heart and my prayers go out to the people who have lost loved ones and they just disappeared because they couldn't be there to say goodbye. I mean, I compare it to, and it's not the same, I know, but when Sean died, I couldn't even, be there. I couldn't say goodbye to him. And that's terrible. It's really awful. I can't imagine, but I'm afraid will suffer that. Because if they don't get it into gear and take care of my mom, she's going to die in that nursing home and I'll never see her again. And part of me really wanted her home. I wanted to take care of Sarah and mom at home. And I still do. And so I'm really hopeful. I'm hopeful. If mom could be home one day, or even an hour, I would be happy. 1 hour that she could be home with me and I could be holding her on the couch and then she died, I'd be happy. 30 minutes, I'd be happy. So, anyway, remember, we're all connected. I love you all. Be safe. Take care of one another. Peace.